Welcome back to our coverage of Super Bowl 59 here at Chat Sports here at Radio Row here in New Orleans. I am joined by former Rams legend, offensive tackle, and now Amazon Prime NFL analyst, Andrew Whitworth. Andrew, thank you so much for joining the show today.
Hey, appreciate you, brother. Happy to be here, man.
So I see you're wearing the Pepsi kind of hoodie today, and I know that you're doing some stuff with Pepsi here, so why don't you just tell us about that?
Yeah, do you know what this is?
I do not know what that is.
Okay, this is called a paddle. This is, if you're doing a bowl, like a crawfish shrimp bowl, when you have a big pot, this is how you stir it.
No way.
So when you get all the seasonings and all that in there, basically it's a big spoon, if you will. But I partnered up with Pepsi. Pepsi's hosting the first ever Super Bowl boil, and we're going to make it a competition. It's a Mr. Shrimp and Crawlin' Seafood restaurants are going to compete against each other for whoever can do the best bowl. And I get a chance really to eat, basically, but I'm the judge. So I get to decide who had the best bowl, and it's going to be a lot of fun. In Louisiana, this is something we all do on our weekends, having a big bowl, sitting around fellowship, having good food. So it's a part of the way of life, and it'll be a good time tomorrow, Friday afternoon, 12 to 2, Waldenburg Park. Come hang out, eat some seafood with me.
Absolutely. Have you been to Bourbon Street so far this week?
I have already actually been there. It was for work stuff, but made a quick appearance to shoot something, but that's it. And I'm sure I'll be back, though.
It's a great time. All right, I want to ask you a little bit about the Super Bowl matchup here, specifically along the trenches, because I think really the X factor is whether or not Philadelphia is going to be able to dominate up front and allow Saquon Barkley to do his thing. I think if Saquon has a good game, I think the Eagles probably win. What are your thoughts on the trench matchup, both sides of the ball here, and who do you think ends up winning this football game?
Yeah, I think if Saquon continues to rip off, these explosives, it's going to be hard to beat Philadelphia. And, honestly, to have a roster that has this good of an offensive line and a tailback like Saquon just doesn't happen. And, to me, really to even have it happen, somebody has to have made a mistake to let a guy get out of their building, and clearly the Giants did. And so to have a superstar running back behind, what is arguably the best offensive line in the NFL, if not one or two, is pretty rare. And so I think that's the massive ask for the Chiefs defense. They are obviously really good, but you know what? Some teams have been able to run on them, and can the Eagles do that? If they can run at an efficient clip in this game, then I think it's without question the Eagles win in the Super Bowl. But if they can slow them down, that's when the game gets really interesting to me, and I think it becomes a coin flip game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think somebody to look out for is probably Jalen Carter as well. Kansas City's had a couple injuries along the offensive line. But as we know, Jalen Carter can just absolutely wreck a football game. Talk about how, I know you're a tackle. You weren't really going up against interior guys all that much, but tell me how a disruptive interior pass rusher can really wreck a game.
Well, especially for quarterbacks that, honestly, when you look at Patrick and what he's able to do and work at the pocket and move around in there and then also get out when he needs to, interior pressure is that X factor that really all quarterbacks, whether you're a pocket guy or whether you like to be mobile, when you get fast interior pressure, that breaks down offenses. And from the standpoint of getting the ball out fast, from the standpoint of being able to hold on to the football in the pocket, and even your ability to scramble really good, because it just kind of puts you in a position where you're in a bad place to get out of that pocket unless somebody loses their rush lane. So, obviously that could be a huge impact. I don't actually mind the matchup of Trey Smith. I think Trey Smith's a fantastic player, and so they're going to have to probably move him around if they want to get him, against somebody not like Trey or Creed. But then I think the Chiefs will actually slide to him. It's those other guys that I think have a chance to dictate this game. To me, Brandon Graham, if he plays in this game, massive factor. Because if you look at the Houston game, the bull rush of some of those guys, they were able to get Tooney a little bit. They were able to get Jawan Taylor a little bit with some of that. Can Brandon Graham come in this game and be able to press the pocket and compress it down on Patrick to where you are getting interior penetration, and then you're also getting crunched down to where there's nowhere to exit? That'll be a big part of this game if he can play, because Brandon is really rare at his ability to use power to really crunch the tackle down into the quarterback.
Absolutely agree. Final question for you. With weeks like this, we're here on Radio Row. I mean, all the energy, all the buzz. Do you miss kind of weeks like this? Of course, you've played in a Super Bowl as a player. Do you miss this kind of energy around a football game?
I miss everything there is about getting a paycheck in the NFL. I don't miss a single thing about playing in one of these games and have anything to do with the performance anxiety or any of that mess. I love getting to come here, have all the answers, zero accountability, and getting paid to do it. It's fantastic. What are you talking about? Pinch me. This can't be real life. I love what I'm doing right now. I don't want to hit a soul, and don't hit me because I'll hit you back.
All right, Andrew Whitworth, thank you so much for joining us here on NFL Daily. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and go Birds, huh?
Appreciate it, brother.